All right, welcome back. We are getting our next lobby all set. It is going to be Spiderslayer versus Dancer.
That's right, and for people who have followed our career for quite a while,
it has been quite a while.
It has been quite a while. We did see Spiderslayer at a tournament, a local tournament at
just over a year ago.
Yeah, the Big Shot Gaming LAN, and he performed very well there. So I'd like to see what he's going to be doing today. It looks like these players are ready. The first map is going to be Belshire Vestige. So
let's vestige that Belshire.
Let us do just that.
So I know Spiderslayer's there. I didn't catch the race of the other guy, but we will see here in 4, 3, 2, 1 seconds.
That's right.
All right, and moving on into our game. In the upper left-hand corner, it is going to be our Zerg player. He hails as the name of Spiderslayer.
And in the bottom right-hand corner, our blue Protoss player is going to be Dancer.
So this is Belshire Vestige, a 2-player map. So we, the distances are fairly long between the maps, but you know where your opponent is.
Mm-hmm.
So that opens the door for several things. But we have seen a lot out of Spiderslayer, and I would say that he's a fairly normal player. You don't see too many odd, crazy things out of him. We don't know anything about Dancer, but he's a Protoss, so he probably has shenanigans up his sleeve at some level.
As most Protoss tend to, which I mean, I like the variations in Protoss play. You know, I feel like a lot of Terran and Zerg builds can be kind of similar to what everybody else does. Protoss tends to have a little bit more originality to it to a certain degree.
I say that in the lovingest way possible because I am a Protoss. But it looks like it's going to be a fast expand of some variety. Not sure if it's going to be Nexus first or a Forge first.
Spiderslayer has a very early drone sent out to scout.
Yeah, I think it really is advantageous of the, there's early scout by
Dancer just got picked off.
Yeah. Nice control by Spiderslayer there to pull it off. So that is going to, the early scouting of Protoss is so critical in PvZ, and he's going to get the Forge blocked even. Wow, this is going to really delay Dancer.
And Dancer's got to be really feeling uncomfortable here. He's already lost one probe.
I'm not even sure he knows that Forge didn't go down because that probe was just shift queued back to the main base, and once it wasn't able to go down, it just followed orders.
Yeah. Spiderslayer having great control, trying to block it again. And now Dancer is trying to fend off the advances of this drone. Does get the Nexus down, but I don't think he's aware that he doesn't have that Forge yet.
This is people asking what league this is. I know Spiderslayer is Master League. I'm not sure exactly what Dancer is, but Masters versus Diamond, I think, is what I heard.
And Spiderslayer's just getting a lot done with this drone. There's a lot of, requiring a lot of micro by Dancer to get anything done really at the front. Spiderslayer deciding that, it looks like he's going to come back in. I thought he was going to maybe retire the drone back to normal day's work, but he keeps wandering around.
Oh, why would you? He's gotten a lot of value out of that drone, so might as well just keep poking and keep an understanding of what the Protoss is doing as a gateway is going to go down here. Oh, I guess a cannon first. That's all fine and good. So he's going to start to play his SimCity and build his Protoss wall here. The drone does come back again. It is starting to regain its health as well.
Yeah, he's continuing to get some good versatility out of it. He does spot where that cannon is. He sees the build placement of these buildings, and that's not bad placement either. It's easier to kind of wall off if you need to, if you get into a sticky situation when you start putting buildings in that kind of configuration.
Yeah, there does seem to be quite a variety in the walls of the Protoss lately, as I don't think anyone... It seems like one of the last things that people practice as they go into regular play is exactly the hexes to put those buildings on. Mm-hmm. But, that's all well and good. It doesn't matter. Third base going down for Spiderslayer, so he's going to be doing pretty standard Zerg things against Protoss. Gateway is just finishing. Gas is down and mining in the main base for Dancer. And wait to see what the tech will be as the Cyber Core goes down. So he's going to get a Zealot cooking here to plug the hole. But let's look at Spiderslayer's base and see what he has.
Well, yeah, Spiderslayer, I think, has been feeling very comfortable with the amount of, delay that he was able to produce with that one drone. And so he's just doing the macro. He's getting that third base. He does have his pool done, but just getting queens. No gas mining yet. Yeah. So he's just doing the droning and the zerging.
I expect right around 6 minutes is when the gas is going to go down for Spiderslayer. That's a fairly common timing for the gas, especially with this 3-base build. So we'll see some main gas as well as natural. Hopefully, please come on, Spiderslayer, make me right once. More drones coming out. The warp gate's coming down, +1 attacks. So this will be a potentially early aggressiveness from the Protoss, getting those upgrades out right away. There goes the gas from Spiderslayer. And
Spiderslayer is kind of starting to bank some a decent number of minerals that he's going to have to spend down here.
Yeah, but he is getting a low amount of gas, only gas in the main, so this is sort of indicative of a roach play of some kind. We'll see what he ends up coming out with. The overlords of Spiderslayer are checking out all the bases of Dancer. He does have one in this nice little high ground spot here that Dancer, you can see it's not quite on top of the pile of rocks there.
Dancer opting to get that 3rd Nexus. He did move out with the Zealot and the Sentry to just see if there was a single Zergling there. A lot of Zergs like to just pop a single unit there and do some more delay tactics by killing off the probe that goes down there to do it, blocks the Nexus.
A lot of drones coming out for Spiderslayer. He's up to 50 now as he's producing basically nothing but drones right now. Roach Warren coming out, so we're going to see some roaches getting that nice creep spread as well as just lots and lots of drones. So really solid economic play from Spiderslayer.
Yeah, he's going for layer now too, so we should be seeing those roach upgrades come down the pipes as well. And Spiderslayer just really has some great vision here. He's got an Overlord going across the main base of Dancer, which usually would be a sacrificial one, but there's just no Stalker here to deal with it. And Twilight, he does see that Twilight Council, sees the 2 gateways, so he has a very good idea of what's...
I'm curious what's going to come out of this Twilight Council, as he's getting a lot of gateways. He's getting the Robo as well, so is it going to be Blink? Is it going to be Dark Templar?
Spiderslayer was actually able to see that Robo, too. He did a quick juke in with that Overlord, so he's got all the information. He knows exactly what's going on.
So Charge coming down for Protoss. That's going to be a interesting tech choice, as Charge, Zealot, Immortal, and Sentries. This is looking like a pretty... the standard Robo all-in kind of thing is more 2-base, so it looks like he's going to try and expand on that with a 3-base economy. Chrono boosting out the probes still, but if you look at the units count, it is 47 probes to 60 drones, so they're quite a bit ahead in the economy front at this point, and even taking a 4th base.
Dancer did have a hallucinated Phoenix running around the map, was able to check out a lot of the bases of Spiderslayer, was able to see that Roach Warren, so he knows that Roaches are on the field, but he did not see that 4th base that is currently in production.
Yeah, a lot of Lings in production now. Templar Archives going down as well, so we're going to have Charged Zealot Archon Stormers. This is always a pretty decent build, but this Overlord hanging out over Dancer's main is interesting. I mean, he needs to warp in a Stalker to shoo that away, but he's getting all the vision. But large number of roaches coming across the map with a decent number of supporting Lings. We'll see what Spiderslayer can get done with this. Looks like he's going to drill into that 3rd base.
And that 3rd base does have a lot of defense there. Played some Sim City to get those gateways in blocking positions, and so these Lings are going to have to go through a lot of fire in order to get anywhere near those probes.
There is one Immortal and a few Zealots here with the Sentry, so this is not going to be enough to really block all these off very effectively. Roaches come in, target down that Immortal.
And the Mothership Core was out of position, so that Orbital Command, I'm sorry.
Photon Overcharge.
Photon Overcharge, thank you. Brain fart there. At any rate, it was a little bit late. Time Warp going down. This Immortal is trying to do some damage, but is very low on health. And Spiderslayer was able to get a decent amount done there.
Yeah, but that's really a good defense by Dancer. I mean, he was just that Immortal got by the skin of his pants down to only 4 HP. But if these, he needs to get that Immortal back. So these Zerglings, he does lose it.
And that's a big win there for Spiderslayer as well. He was able to take that out. That's one less Immortal that he'll have to face later on. But he's gearing up for the next attack. He does have Zerglings on the left-hand side of the map, getting ready to move back into that same area. And even before the Photon Overcharge finishes.
Yeah, he is getting those Zealots back here, but he's going to get the Zerglings into the mineral line, do just a hold position there to kill as many probes as possible. He is going to lose quite a bit. Looks like he's lost, actually only 4, so not quite as bad as I thought.
These Templars do come down, but Spiderslayer decides not to bother with those. He's just going to try and swing on out of there.
Yeah, great push by Spiderslayer, but also a great defense by Dancer. But Spiderslayer, I mean, he's got a great economy going. He's on 4 bases, and Dancer hasn't been able to get out on the map to really do anything to him. These Lings running around, getting lots of vision, lots of scouting information. But Dancer's just kind of doing the Protoss thing of just kind of sitting back and just defending and trying to get his the army composition he wants, which it looks like he has.
But Spiderslayer is going to be transitioning into Mutalisks as his Spire has just finished, and continuing to try and be aggressive with these Lings in the map. Does get some into the natural of Dancer, and was actually attacking the Nexus and took some pretty heavy damage against that cannon, but looks like he's re-rallying, going back into the third. And there's just, I mean, these units are not where they need to be. It looks like he's gearing up for attack and trying to warp some things in now, some Zealots to take care of it. Cannon does finish warping in, so that will be chased off.
Spiderslayer is double expanding now behind this as well. These Lings are really taking the control. Oh, one probe is blocking. Oh, nice job. Got a, looks like a gateway down to plug that hole at the very last second. Zealot's going to clean it up along with that cannon. So, but the big thing is these Mutas on the map now. He produced 8 a minute ago, now 17, just about to finish. And, you know, Zealot Immortal, not so good against Muta.
Yeah, and you know, Dancer just really hasn't been able to get the damage done that he's wanted to get done. Hasn't really been able to push out. Spiderslayer's been keeping him in the back of his base, and he's just trying to do anything that he can with this force now warping in a couple of Archons. But I mean, there's just a couple of Lings here that are like 4 Lings that are going to take down one of his gateways, and there's just nothing there to be able to deal with it.
He has seen the Mutas as well. One flew over his army, but he didn't have anything that shot up at that point. So, but 2 Archons, and it looks like up to 5 Storms is going to be pretty nasty against a ball of Mutas. So just depends on the control here. The Mothership Core is kind of hanging out in the back, but all those Spine Crawlers.
And those Templar were running very close to the front. I think he did lose one there.
It looks like the Muta's just going to decide to go out and say, peace out, I'm going to go attack your base. But he does have a recall here, so as long as this Mothership Core stays alive, he could recall back to his main.
And he may want to think about doing that, as there may not be a main to warp back to after all these Mutalisks get done doing what they're doing here. That is a huge amount of Mutalisks. It looks like Spiderslayer and Dancer are just happy as clams to go for a base trade. Little does Dancer know that he's going up against 5, or now 4 bases.
And he did lose a Templar there that did have a Storm available, so he did not get that off on this ball of Mutas. Cannon's doing a little bit of damage. Warp Prism sitting idly here. These Mutas are going to pretty much clear out here, but I mean, Dancer has quite the army himself.
Yeah, this is definitely one of those good old-fashioned base trades. Spiderslayer is going to clean out a lot of, pretty much all the mining. It looks like he's just trying to target down all the probes before he starts targeting down these structures.
As well as all the tech structures too. A recall does come down to the 3rd base, so he wants to try and shut this Muta. Oh, nice Storms. But the Mutas are just so fast.
Yeah, they can really get out of there. Now they're coming back together, grouping up a little bit though, so if Spiderslayer isn't careful, he could get some pretty heavy Storms rallied against him.
He is easily going to be able to clear out those Lings that are under the Mutas, but it's just a matter of him being able to get the Storms on the Mutas and then be able to follow up those Storms with actual units that can finish them off, because as you can see, these Mutas are almost fully healed already.
Yeah, and Dancer, I think, is experiencing a little bit of indecision here. He did come back to try and defend his base. Wasn't able to kill as many Mutas as he wanted, so he's going back across the map to try and finish the job that he started, it would appear.
It is 8 probes, 28 drones right now, and it looks like those 8 probes are not going to have very long lives. And there's just, this is committed to the base trade at this point, because now there's not going to be a whole lot to warp back to. It's just going to be a matter of defending the Nexi to keep yourself in the game. But he's going to push into these Spine Crawlers here, and gosh, there's so many Stalkers are stuck in the back. He does have Blink. He needs to get up there to do some damage, but the Zealots are doing a good job tanking it out.
Yeah, those Stalkers were up front, and then he blinked them back after the first volley of Spine Crawler strikes.
Spawning Pool is about to finish here. And he can take that down quickly before he gets a chance to produce any units. Looks like he does.
But now all the Nexi are destroyed for Dancer, and all that remains are the infrastructure.
He does have pylons spread about the map, so that is good for him. But you know, pylons don't have a lot of HP, and a big ball of Mutas can come in and target one down really quickly. But at the same time, all that's left in the main base is an extractor for Spiderslayer. Spiderslayer is losing his 4th base right now, with a 5th base just having a few drones mining on 2 Spine Crawlers.
But Spiderslayer is moving his drones down to the bottom of the base, and he does have plenty of minerals to rebuild, so it looks like he's just going to say, I'm going to clear out your base and take it.
Yeah, and Dancer down to only 8 minerals now, so he is not going to be able to build anything else. So he's going to have to keep a nice contingency force back to be able to deal with the Mutas coming along to take out those pylons. But now
the final hatchery has gone down.
Yeah, Spiderslayer's without a hatchery now. Those drones, where did they go? They're just kind of wandering around.
Yeah, spreading across the map. These 3 Immortals are trying to run around and hunt down anything that they can, but it looks like they did redirect around, and those drones are not going to be spotted. I thought for a moment that they'd be spotted by them.
Yeah, but you know,
Dancer, and here comes a big engagement.
Dancer is revealed right now because he does not have any nexus. So, I mean, Spiderslayer knows exactly where these pylons are, so he can just do the dance, no pun intended.
Well, Dancer,
to get around and...
yeah, what he needs to do right now is he just needs to move this army to one of his pylons and just park there. Let these Immortals run around the map and do the damage that he needs to do with them.
What he really needs is to have 2 or 3 of these pylons in a location because, you know, like I said, if he gets these mutas in there in the right angle, he can just take it down real quick.
Problem is, now these mutas are going to start taking down these strike forces. The Zealots are trying to move in to do anything that they can, but they are getting picked off. And Dancer taking anything that shoots up and parking them.
And that hatchery that was going down on the left side was canceled and now is being produced at the original 3rd base of Spiderslayer. And he's just moving these mutas around to try and get on the correct angles of these pylons. He knows that Dancer is going to be kind of hovering in this area because he does have 2 pylons close to each other, so that's his best chance for a defense. So really this is going to turn out as either a win for Spiderslayer or a draw.
Yeah, there doesn't really appear to be a whole lot that he's going to be able to do, Dancer that is, to combat this. And Spiderslayer being very active with these 3 drones, keeping them running around the map so that he can put down another building at a moment's notice whenever he needs to.
There's a single Zealot whacking away at the hatchery of Spiderslayer, but it is going to finish. He's going to bring the mutas back to take care of that because, oh, nice blink there. Is he going to get a muta kill? Yeah, 1 muta went down.
But he is leaving his pylons undefended.
Yeah, but as long as he knows where those mutas are and he sees that pretty much the whole group is there. So as long as he can get back there in time, which, oh, he's going to have to really... Oh, the Archons are left alone here. These Archons are going to go down.
Oh, and that's going to hurt these... Templar are coming forward, though they might get storms up, but no, the Archons go down before the Templar are able to get up there, and there will be no storms to save them.
Now the only thing left for Spiderslayer is this extractor down here.
He lost a stalker to those broodlings that popped after the hatchery fell.
The hatchery now going down again for Spiderslayer. I mean, really the bank is what makes the difference. I mean, it's really unfortunate the Dancer lost those Archons. That was really the thing that would have done the damage after following up the storm. But he does have an observer out, just kind of perusing the map here to see what's where. But the mute is now going to come in to try and get in there. But there's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 storms available.
And, you know, positioning, it's all going to come down to that. Oh, he is going to lose this one. Oh, no. So now he's, he's really got to rally around this one that's remaining.
It's exactly what I was afraid of. I mean, the number of mutas he has, it can just jump in there, and what did it take? 2 shots? 3 shots possibly to take down that pylon?
Yeah, you know, if he's able to kind of get the magic box going and minimize the damage that those storms are going to do, because storms do not stack.
It looks like that's what he's doing. Look at those mutas. They are perfectly spaced.
Yeah, you know, those storms do not stack, so it's not like if he spams the storms on those mutalisks that they're going to go down any faster.
But the sheer number of storms that he has is, you know, a factor. But here comes the mutas. Oh, they can see that the units are well spread out there too. So Dancer doing the same kind of thing, getting his units spread out so he can see, and using those blink stalkers to, oh, that's a good plan as well, getting the tower there. He could get the other one, and just if the mutas come up, he can just blink down this cliff here and theoretically not lose it.
The mutas are wrapping around again. I mean, some of these High Templars are kind of in precarious positions, you know.
Yeah.
If he's not careful, they could get picked off as well, and that would be...
the other factor now is that Spiderslayer's mining. So, you know, all he has to do is just kind of hang out, because he can make drones and do things while Dance pretty much has to sit around this pylon, and Dance doesn't necessarily know that he's mining. So I think Spiderslayer's...
He is going to know here in a moment as this observer moves forward, and I expect a GG when he does see that.
Yeah, I mean, Dance knows that he has a hatchery because he's not revealed, but I think Spiderslayer's wondering why he's not GGing, but he doesn't exactly know the state of what's going on until this observer scouts it out. So now he knows that's there. Now he knows there's drones. You know, what can he do about it? He can't really move out with much of this because there's so many mutas.
Yeah, it's kind of a deadlock here. He is sending off 5 stalkers to try and go pick off a few things. His army was getting a little bit far away there. He does want to try and pick off these Mutalisks, but he's got to be close to that pylon or he's just going to lose the game.
Yep. Oh, and now, that
Great
Stalker
blink.
did just
Great
get out of
blink.
there. Now
And
they're,
Storm.
oh, nice Storms. He did
That
take
could
out
what
one Mutalisk, it looks like.
But now these Stalkers are revealed. Do take out that extractor, but I mean, how useful is that really going to be when
He's
your
going to have to
opponent
blink
is
out of here
mining?
real quick because these Mutas are going to... Oh, that was a
That wasn't
questionable
exactly
blink.
what you wanted to do there. Trying to get spread out to minimize the splash damage to try and get any of these out. Get the
Oh, but the
blink
hatchery
cooldown
now
down.
being attacked by the Stalkers up at the third base. This hatchery is going to go down. Those Mutas are so far away. Nice play by Dancer.
Oh, but
that-
everything is over there, though. He didn't leave anything behind, and those Mutas are beelining straight for that pylon. He knows that's the only thing that's left.
Yep.
And that is going to be the end of the game.
That is going to be the end of the game. So this was a very interestingly played out game. Congratulations to Spiderslayer. You know, purely the mettle of these players was really tested in this game. I mean, that's...
Absolutely.
You know, and the big thing being from our perspective is, you know, we know what's going on. We can see it's like, oh, why is this... But, you know, when you're actually playing that base trade scenario, it's so awkward. It's so uncomfortable because you're like, I don't know if I can move out to take this base out because, you know, the Mutas were down at his main to kill the Stalkers. But, you know, when you only have one pylon.
Yeah, you know, it's really hard because you know that your opponent knows exactly where you are and exactly what you're doing, and you have no idea what your opponent's doing.
Spiderslayer won that game because he had money.
Yeah, absolutely.
Is what it came down to. Because he had that bank when it went into the base trade scenario, he was able to, you know, spread his drones out, build hatcheries, build extractors, and you know, actually mine.
Yep, and so he did try and get out there. It was a risky play, you know, it was a gamble, and it unfortunately didn't pay off. He was trying to pick off all those buildings before the Mutas were able to get back to the pylon. It did not end up working out. And so that the first match, or the first game, rather, the first map will go to Spiderslayer. We are currently waiting for Dancer to give us the map pick.
Yep. While we do that, we're going to take a brief break. We got to say a big shout out to Fosta SC2, one of our biggest fans. Happy to see you in chat.
Thanks for joining us. It looks like we got Alkaline, so I can get that going.
So we're going to run a quick break here while we get the match set up, and we'll be right back.